Good morning, y'all. Welcome. Um, Let me see here. First and foremost, I want to give God thanks, give God the glory for waking me up this morning, give me another opportunity to trade, another day to help people as well. So we're gonna make the best of today, right? So let's get into it. Let me share my screen with y'all and get this party on the road. All right. For today, I'm watching Apple above day high. So I like the fact that it pulled back. So Apple pulled back right here. So I like the fact that it pulled back. I want to see a test at the VWAP right here, bounce off VWAP, and then break up day high. That's what I'm looking at for Apple. Um, see what else.
Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good this morning.
So market is open. Also, if we look at SPY's at a great spot right now. I like where SPY at right at the 50. Pull back first. I want Apple to pull back. I don't want it to break right away.
Morning, Sherry.
Good morning. I don't like when it break right away.
I promised y'all some music today, didn't
You sure did.
I?
All right. Hopefully play within this area. Hopefully Apple play within this area for a while, guys. There we go. I want to see Apple drop first. Actually, Wells Fargo will be a call. Um, Wells Fargo is a call right now. I'm looking at Apple. Look at the Wells Fargo contracts. Let me go in 50 minute. Yeah. Hold on. Huh?
No, pull up. No, thing for you.
Okay.
Wells Fargo. Let's see, it's 75. It's not showing yet. Has it refreshed?
Okay. Wells Fargo is not showing it. Um, Apple is looking good, guys. Apple is looking good. I like that it pulled back first. Let's go on a smaller time frame as this is bouncing. Oh, it's under the VWAP. It's under the VWAP. Oh, nice. Nice. All right, so it's finding support on the 200. Um, on the 200.
Oh, looking at that. You can look at
Yeah, see, Wells Fargo contracts is not even uploaded yet.
at least
Normal,
in E
no,
Trade.
Normally they take a while, just like XOM, but Apple is looking good right now. We're gonna wait for this 5 minute to end. Apple is looking good. We have the break of the day, so it broke the daily right here, but we could still see a retracement down. So we gotta wait. A break of this 5 minute candle right here, because this is still an inside 5 minute, and we're still below VWAP. So, what do contracts look like for Apple?
You could do a 225. It's 155.
So 225 call is what I will be looking at, but not right now. See how it's retracing back? So we still could come back. I would be more comfortable with this coming down here and hitting the 50% line, and then show some kind of reversal. So say for instance, it come down here, test VWAP or hit the 50. It might not, because right now, how it's playing out, you can have this push up. So right now, how you're looking, we have the push, we have inside, right? We have a 3-1. So this is a 3-1. A break of this to the upside mean that it will continue. Now we are gonna have some kind of resistance here, because you could see like it was touching up here.
You put a line.
So it was touching up here, and it keep on rejecting right there, that red line. So we might have a rejection right here. A break above that, and we could see it flying. But I know that Apple is looking good to the upside. So right here, a pullback, test view up right here. Nice. Good. So I break off this 5, and then, all right, I'll enter right now.
All right, 170.
So 175.
So it's a 225.
225 at 175. There we go. Here we go.
Yep, it's starting to push.
Just testing this area right here. See, Wells Fargo was a good trade, but the contracts didn't come out yet. Contracts take a while to come out on Wells Fargo. So I was looking at the $75 calls, but they didn't come out. If anyone just entering, I'm in a 225 calls for Apple. Watching the 225 calls for Apple. Actually, I'm in 225 calls for Apple. Here we go. Nice push. Nice push on Apple right here.
And you're in profit.
We're gonna have some resistance right here. See this red line, this red area right here. On the daily though, let me look at the daily on here. Let me just go over to Apple on this side. On the daily, yeah. So you're gonna have this line right here. So this line right here is gonna be some resistance level right there, which is this blue line. And the reason why is because you have that top right there where it rejected. So that's at 25.82. Now, is there any news? No, so we don't have no major news today. All right, so still watching Apple. Apple's still looking good. Right here is that level that I'm talking about that I keep on bouncing off of. If you notice right here, it went up, test the high right there. So test the high, this red line that I drew, right? Keep on rejecting it, come back down. So what we're looking for now, the reason why I'm in this trade, just to give you a reason why I'm in this trade, we broke right here, the daily, right? I was looking for it to come back down, test the 50, but it didn't come down, test the 50. So I'm looking for it, the break right here, which it broke. Once it break, then my next level is going to be right up here at 25.76. Now, this is the thing. If this 15-minute candle comes in and break previous 15, then I'm going to close and then redo my trade. Right now we have this, there is fighting right here between the five. Right now you have a what would be called a reversal back to the downside on the lower time frame on the five minute. On the 15 minute, we're still, why I keep on getting red lines? Oh, I have that on still. So in the 15-minute, we're testing VWAP. We're expecting VWAP right here. So we want to close above VWAP too, which are looking strong. Like I said, it broke the day. So it's just being patient at this point um, with the trade. Here we go. Nice push. Nice push. Testing the line again. We want it to break the line, stay above that line. Here we go. Nice. we go. Here we go. Good push. Good push right here. Should be up on your contracts right here.
Wherever you feel comfortable for your profit, you take your profit. We're not going to tell you, you take your profit.
Now we have 23 seconds in this. So what we might see a pullback, okay? We might see a pullback. But what I like is that we broke over this line. So remember, we broke over this line and now we're pushing, okay? So our next target is going to be up here. Our target should be up here, right? So here we are, we're pushing up 10% on
No,
this.
more than that, almost 20%. You're almost at 20%. So maybe
Up 10% on these contracts. Just pull back
pull
right
back a
here.
little.
You can't have a pullback down to VWAP, right? Can't have that pullback down to VWAP. Right here, remember, we've been testing right here. Resistance, resistance,
I'm out.
resistance. You're out? Okay. All right. So resistance, you have resistance, resistance, resistance. Come back down here, test the 200, create a support level right here. So now we broke above here. What we could see a retracement down here. Test, because resistance will turn into support. Test right here, then bounce off and go back up. Okay? So that's what if you're holding on, that's what you'll be holding on and looking for. Now, what will happen? This coming down here with options, it could decrease your contract. Okay? But we're looking for, remember, this is healthy because nothing goes straight up. So right here, everything is still in a green situation. We're looking for the test at the VWAP. So this line, this red line right here is the same as the VWAP over here. If you look, VWAP right here, and if you look at the dotted lines over here, it's the same spot. So that's why I'm saying you can have that retracement. A lot of times when people go in trades, right? You have to pay attention. If a candle closes a certain way, you can't expect it, especially if you see a candle like this, you can't expect it to just continue to push off the bat. You have to look for some type of retracement to come back down, test support, and then bounce back off. Okay? So right now this is testing support right here. So come back down, resistance, right? Let's see if resistance now turns support, right? Again, resistance, resistance, resistance. We have resistance right here again. If you go left, a lot of times you'll hear go left, right? Look to the left and you'll see. Well, over here, Apple been down. So right now, Apple been pushing back up. Chart. There we go. So here we go. There we go. So it created a support just like we're looking for, not expected, but what we're looking for, right? We're looking for support. So created a support right at VWAP. Nice bounce off of there. See my line right here? bounced right off of there. Okay. So now what we're looking for, we got 54 seconds in this candle. Number one is we don't want this next candle to come in and break this candle right here. Even if it does, we're still bullish on the 15-minute. So if you're looking at higher time frame, one of the things is we don't want it to break the low right here, which is if you hold on to this till it come down here, if you're holding on to options, you're going to be losing a good bit at that point if you wait till it come down here. But still looking good. Um, if we see a break right here, which I'm expecting. Now, if you look at this, right? Look at the high. The high right here on Trading View. If you guys use Trading View, you'll see it at the top right here. You'll see the highs, all that stuff. So the high for this is 2502. Remember psych levels, right? 25, 50, 75. Those are psych levels. So at 225, we're going to expect some type of pullback, right? Some type of pullback because there's people that are taking profit at 225, right? So we're going to see that happen, right? We're not going to see it just completely blow through it and then not do anything. Now, sometimes you'll see it, but because it haven't touched 225 in a long time, in few days, I should say. Let me go back. Let me look at the daily on this. So I make sure I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Yeah. This haven't touched 225 in a few days, right? So with that, you have people that bought down here from 209 to up here at 225. That's a good profit. So they might say, listen, I'm taking profit at 225. So you're going to have that. Now we see this 5-minute candle coming in. If we see a break of this right here, which I'm anticipating a break of this, then Apple next target is going to be right up here at the red line like I discussed. Right here at the blue line. Next target, blue line right here. Again, look at this. The high of that, people taking profit at 225. Okay? People taking profit at 225. That's what that is. When you see that sell, that's people taking profit at 225. 225. The high of this candle is 224.97. That means people are taking profit at 225. There might be, I don't have the order. Like if you go in if you're trading stocks, you'll see like a order at 225, or you'll have order books, right? And you'll see at 225, you'll see like big orders at certain levels. Now, what people don't understand is like some people will take profit right before that 225. So if I'm seeing like a big order at 225, I might put mine at 224.97 or 224.95. I might put mine there so I don't mind taking that 5% less on my trade versus waiting there and it might not fill. Mm-hmm. So this is what people taking profit right now. Again, we're testing VWAP right here. Break below VWAP. 222 reversal to the downside. This is a 2-2 reversal right now on the 5-minute candle. But we're still holding VWAP. Let's see on the 15-minute.
That's why I said take profit when you're comfortable, because you just never know. And then the banks come in at 10. So this can come all the way back down here or down here, because for the 2-2 reversal, the next stop is supposed to be here, but it could hold on this line, but we'll see. I don't play about my profit. I be taking profit.
Oh, I know. I know.
You know what my biggest thing is? When I know it's like a few minutes left in a 15-minute. You know, when you've learned or you've been burned in the past, I know to take my profit. When that 15 is about to end soon, I personally like to take my profit. And then I know the bank's about to come in a little bit. I'm not playing with them. Let me help you.
I'm trying to find this. See a lot of orders at 224. 224.25. Right. So on my chart right here, I don't know when that. On my chart right here, this is a buy level. When you see this green area, this is a buy level. These are buy levels. So right now, this is an important 5 minute candle. This 5 minute candle is going to be very important. So right here, if you notice where it comes to, this is yesterday's high that it's bouncing off of, right? So we're creating support at yesterday's high. Now, it tested yesterday high. This yellow line is yesterday's high. If I go on the daily, that yellow line, that's yesterday's high. If you notice, come down to yesterday's high, test, pop back up, right? So it might hold, it might come back down. The banks come in 15, in what, less than 5 minutes, 4 minutes?
5 minutes. 4 minutes, yeah.
So right now, we're seeing the support level building up at yesterday's high. Holding support right there at yesterday's high.
I was trying to get the music played.
All right, we need to see a push here on Apple. A break above this 15. If the 15 minute closes like this, if the new 15 comes in right now, is creating support at the VWAP. See VWAP right here on the 15 minute right here, and then on the 5 minute VWAP right here.
So I see a
So
lot of orders in Apple for 224.25.
yeah. So right here we have yesterday's high. So we're creating a support. What we don't want is, it looks like it wants to stay within this area for the next 2 3 minutes 2 minutes. So once we have the next 15 minute candle come in, if this candle ends like this and we have the new 15 minute candle come in and break the low of this, then we could see Apple come all the way back down. Because at that point, it's going to be a reversal to the downside on the 15 minute. Now, if it, which we don't want to see. Wells Fargo piece of yo.
I know you wanted that one,
The contracts move good on Wells Fargo, but
but it didn't come up in
it does the
time.
same thing. It does the same thing like XOM. XOM like the first 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're there and you're like, yo, I'm up $2 on this, and I need to close, but you can't close nothing because the contracts don't show up right away, which sucks. And then by time your contracts show up, it could fall $1 because right within that first 15-minute time frame is when the stocks are more volatile.
5 seconds.
So we're holding view up right here. We're holding support right here on a 5 minute, new 15 minute. So here we go. Now I'm out of
Struggling.
Apple, but if I was in Apple and Apple break right here, if Apple break this 15-minute candle, I'll be getting out.
Yeah,
I'll be getting out right now.
it's a good thing I took profit.
This is a reversal to the downside. So we can see Apple come back down to here to the to the low and continue down, come back down to the 50. Um, so you have to be careful right here.
Yep, exactly what you said.
Should have been a short. It's okay. So right now it's at an important level. This is 5 minute, but let's see right here. On a higher time frame.
All right, keep going.
All right, I don't know what happened just now, guys.
Which one were you on?
All right. All right. So right here, um, on a 5 minute, we're creating this support level right here. But like I was talking about earlier, you have higher highs, right? But then you have on the oscillator or on your indicator, right? On your indicator, you have lower lows. So right here, you have lower lows. So that means that's a bearish divergence. Okay. So you have a bearish divergence right now on the 1 hour candle. So we can see that pullback to come down to down here and test the 50 and possibly lower. Okay. So right now that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a divergence possibly play out on the 1 hour time frame. So that's why sometimes even my wife will say, listen, when you see profit, especially anytime you're up, like for me, whenever I'm up above 10% on any trade, I start taking profit automatically. So that's one of the things that I do, right? Um,
It's okay to have runners, but I'm gonna take my profit for the majority. Happy Wednesday for those that are now coming in.
Here we go.
Oh man, I should have took a put on that.
Yeah.
That would have been a good one. Oh, for sure.
Now, typically, guys, I'll be done for the day because I already took a trade. And one thing I know is that you don't want to overtrade. Okay, you do not want to overtrade. So right here, there's two things that can happen. We could bounce from off of here and go up, um, or we could continue to fall. Just like I said, this is a 2-2 reversal to the downside. So technically, it hit profit. Not almost, but I always go to the body first. So with strat, or the strategy strat would teach you to the low of the candle, right? So if it breaks this, your target would be the low of this candle right here. Okay? But I normally go to the body. The body is safer. The body, I'll take some profit off right here and then look to see if it comes down here. Okay? But in any case scenario, it doesn't have to touch here. It does not. Okay? So right now what we're seeing it's holding on the 200 EMA right here, especially on the 5 minute, right? So on the 200 EMA, we're holding right here. So we could see it bounce on the higher time frame, though. You don't want to get caught because on the higher time frame, it's showing a bearish divergence. Now it could continue going up, but on the higher time frame, it's showing bearish divergence. What's a good brokerage for trailing stop? Um, I use E Trade. So E Trade is every broker. So I use E Trade, and I've used Think or Swim. Both are good platforms. The thing is, sometimes when if you do like a market order, right? Because sometimes it's moving so fast that I'll do a market order, right? And when you do a market order on E Trade, most of the times you'll get the middle number. Most of the times, not all the times. When you do market order, you're at the mercy of the brokerage, right? But anytime I do a market order, when I use Think or Swim, it always give me the higher number. What does that mean? That means that you have the bid and the ask price. And when you have the bid and the ask price in Robinhood, when you look at Robinhood in options, it always show you a number, right? That number is always the middle number between the ask and the bid. So when you're trading in Robinhood, when you try to get that price, it's always doing market order unless you go in and do the bid or you do the ask. So when you do market orders in Robinhood, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get filled. When you're trading something like Apple, when you're trading something like Google, Tesla, most of the times you can get filled because the stock is it has a lot of liquidity in it. If you do market order, um, if you do market order inside uh, what you call it, Think or Swim, or inside of E Trade, you will get filled. It's not a possibility of might not get filled. You will get filled. Okay. The thing is, it's where you get filled at. You might get filled at the higher number. You might get filled at the ask price and not the middle number. They will never fill you at the bid. Okay, they'll never fill you at the bid. It's always going to be the only way you will get filled at the bid is if the price dropped. And even if the price dropped, they're going to fill you at the middle number or at the higher number. So those are the things. But when it comes to trailing stop, you have inside of each trade, you have power E Trade. And in E Trade, it gives you your own system in there where you could see your stop loss, your take profit, all that stuff, and you could put your trailing stop, and you could put your take profit. You could put a trailing stop. If you have a trailing stop, you can't put take profit, right? But because a trailing stop, what it will do is it will just keep on letting your trade go as you as your trade is going up, it will just keep on going up in profit until it pulls back.
To
Versus
your number.
to your number, yeah. So versus if you have you could put a stop loss and a take profit, so a limit order and a stop loss, and then at that point, whichever one hits, that's what it will do. Now, if this breaks the 5 right here, we're going to drop even more because this is an inside bar. If this breaks the 5 right here, we're going to drop more. Now, remember, I said we have a divergence on a 1 hour. Okay. A bearish divergence on a 1 hour. So we could see a continuation down. Now, right here, the take profit on here will be right here because of that. So we still can see this bounce. It's 3 minutes left in the 15-minute candle. We could drop more. We could bounce around. But again, this is not the time for you to be holding on, like, because right now we could wait and see what it is for calls, but for it to be calls, we're gonna have to break above here, above the 50-minute right here, for us to be in a bullish situation again. On the 1 hour, again, let me pull up the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we have a bearish divergence, higher high, lower highs, right? We have an inside right now. Remember, if we have an outside bar, a 3, and the candle comes and break this bar right here, is going to be very bullish to the downside, which we are right now. That just confirm it right there. That break just confirm it right there. And just like I said, we're going to be coming down. At least we have the take profit that hit right here. Yeah, you be forgetting that you're on a live. That's what you be forgetting.
I'm great. I was like, what? What is he doing?
Yeah, you be forgetting that you're on a live.
I know. It was. But yeah.
Let's see what SPY did. SPY dropped. Ooh, that was a nice short on SPY. On the 15-minute. First 15-minute. 7-4. $1 drop. Nice trade on the SPY too. Nice trade on the SPY. So right here, the SPY looks very bearish right now. Let me see the day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we have a 2-2 reversal on the SPY, but it's in a tricky spot because it's right here at the 200. But we have a lot of sell pressure right here. 2-2 reversal to the downside. Yeah. So on SPY, technically your target on this reversal will be down here. Now, can it come down here by today? Possibly. Yeah. If Apple start to drop, everything start to drop. Yeah, we could see a $3, $4 move down to here. Um, but a lot of times, what I will do is, if you're trading SPY, you don't want to hold on to SPY very long, in the sense that yeah, you could have runners just like my wife mentioned. Like, yo, you want to make sure that you're taking some type of profit. If you want to leave runners in, then fine, you could leave runners in. But what you want to do is, because a lot of times your contract could get murdered, right? A pullback on SPY could kill your contract, and sometimes you'll buy right now, and later on in the day is where it's actually start hitting your target, and where you bought it at by the end of the day, it's not that it's not worth as much. So, as a new beginner, if you're trading 0 day contracts on SPY, you want to make sure that you're taking profit because profit happens very quickly on SPY, right? So right now, Apple is falling. Apple is falling. SPY is probably gonna follow right here. So Apple is falling. SPY might follow. Let's go back over to Apple. So you see, 15-minute broke. So we could come back down to the 50. The 50 is a good target because the 50 is gonna be a good support as well. So the possibility of coming back down to the 50 is very very likely in this case, but we'll see. Yeah, let me see right here on SPY. Have a double. Is this the same low? Yeah, that's the same exact low. Okay, so a break of SPY right here. SPY is gonna come down. So I'll possibly take a SPY. Possibly look into a SPY put on a break of this. What time is it? 10, 10:17. There we go. All right, here we go on SPY. SPY is pushing down. SPY is pushing down. I hate when this happens. Like the last 1 minute of the damn 5 minute candle. See this right here? The last 1 minute of like 37 seconds left. Right? It didn't break yet. It didn't break the 15 yet. But I hate when that shit happens. Because then it might break the 15 on the last 1 minute. Then you're going to have a pullback. So I'll be looking at a 573 put on SPY. See this? Look, bomb come up, 573 puts. I'll be getting in right now. Oh, there we go. Five, seven, three. Here we go. There we go. All right, here we go, guys. Up 10% on this.
Take profit where you feel.
Could see it come down more. Gonna see the fall right here coming down.
I'm trimming.
There we go.
And like I said, just put a trail stop.
See, we could come right down here to touch the 200 EMA on the 15-minute. But it doesn't have to happen right away on this 15-minute candle.
Mm-hmm. I took my profit.
All right, so it took us out as far as trailing. But this still can drop, guys.
So that was two good trades.
This still can drop. And remember, like, I want y'all to realize too, is like, I'm gonna do like a math or compound type of thing. I think I mentioned it to you guys before. Like, before, a lot of times I used to say, man, I didn't close my trade, right? I would be up 30%. I would be up 50%, 100%. And I'll be like, all right, it's pulling back, it's going to continue. But one of the things that you have to realize is with options doesn't care about pullback or not. It's about the contract. Your contract will deteriorate, it lose value on every single pullback. So you want to make sure that you take your profit, because when, say for instance, it pulled back right here and the contracts were up. Once it gets back down to here, the contract will never be the same value. It's going to be less, right? So now for it to get to the value it was when it dropped down here, it might have to drop down about 20 cents more or 10 cents more for you to actually get that value, right? So you want to make sure that you're taking profit or putting you once you take profit or trim some and then put a trailing stop so your trade never goes into red. But I'm completely out of this spy as well. So I mean that's two trades for me for the day.
That's it.
Um so I'm switching my account to cash so I can be free. um Sometimes I'll say this, sometimes having a cash account is
Make
sometimes
it good to
having
over the shade though.
sometimes having a account like you have is not a bad thing for some people because they'll overtrade. Um, as long as you have a risk management in place, then you're gonna be fine with a cash account.
I'm also going to move to another brokerage too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and move into and go into another brokerage. Yeah, because what will happen sometimes, like I notice for a fact when you're in Robinhood, it's harder to close contracts.
Thanks, guys, for help. Of course.
It's harder to close contracts on Robinhood versus if you go to another brokerage, you'll have that right away. Do you have like a referral link?
Oh,
I think they do. I think they do.
let's see.
Go to profiles. Just type it into the search.
No,
Hmm?
says no.
Oh, so we have a push up on Apple. Oh, we have a push up on Apple. Again, remember, um, coming up to test VWAP. But all right, guys, that is it for me. I think I will be with Weeble. I think it will be with Weeble. I have a Weeble account long time ago. I had a Weeble account long time ago. I haven't used it. I trust me when I first got in to the stock market side, I used to have all different type of brokerage accounts. I'm like the first one of course that everybody gets is Robinhood because it's easier to get. But then you start looking at other options and I had um a Webull account. I opened up a few accounts. Um but I was mostly into the crypto side. So I do trade crypto and also if any of you guys didn't know, well, nobody knew, but I'm also a owner and found a creator of a coin called Big Back Bitcoin. So that's one of the things as well. So I have a project, a crypto project that I'm doing, not financial advice at all. just to put that out there. But I have a cryptocurrency that me and someone created, and we're doing a lot. We have a lot behind it as far as projects. What we're gonna be doing. So I'm very excited about that. I don't mention it a lot on this channel because again, this is
It's
a
a
options
teaching, yeah.
channel, but just having conversation. Um, yeah. So I started out in crypto, still in crypto, love crypto. Oh man, you see that? Look at that. Look at that. The charts be fooling people sometimes. Look at that spike down, right? So don't get caught into anything, guys. Be patient. A lot of times, right now, um, if you didn't get into a trade right now, just wait for a good setup before you get back into a trade. On here on the 15 minute, we're below VWAP. We could see a pullback up, reject up here, and then continuation down. The thing is, if you get into a short right now, and then this just bounce around and then pop up here and then come back down, you're gonna have a big drawdown. Versus, I wouldn't take any trades right here unless I see a break of this candle. I would go short. A break above this candle is a possible call. But even with a call, I don't trust it because VWAP is right here. So I wouldn't be looking for calls. I would probably look for a reversal back to the downside to take more puts. Because remember, on the daily time frame on SPY, we're bearish. Okay? We're bearish on SPY. So because of that, I'll be looking for it. Like right now, we have a pop up. I'll be looking for some kind of confirmation back to the downside to short this. My confirmation will be right here as far as that part. Now, Apple is doing its thing. Apple could bounce around here. Apple came back down close to the VWAP, but Apple could do its thing. Apple could probably push, but again, look at this. Bounce all the way back up. That 1 hour bounce all the way back up like you want to close above VWAP. So now if this closes above this VWAP and then we have the new candle come in and break this, but you're talking about 27 minutes. A lot can happen in 27 minutes. This could be a fake out. Okay. So they could fake people out, make it think that, because remember, we have a bearish divergence on the 1 hour. Okay. We have a bearish divergence on the 1 hour. So this could be a fake out. So they could fake people out, make them think that we're gonna go continue back up, and they bring it back down. So the thing is, you have to be patient, wait for the setup that you feel comfortable with taking, and then take it. But for today, the two trades, not doing any more trades for the day. So with that, guys, hope y'all have a great. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, yeah, it's a great project. I'm looking forward to it. I know people might hear the name and they say, well, Big Back Bitcoin, but Big Back Bitcoin has a lot to do with fitness and a lot to do with foodies. And if they go over to the Big Back Bitcoin website or even drop into the Telegram group, they'll learn more about it. Right now, our website is under contract because we're going into a DAO, and with um, a DAO is DAO governance, so it's going to be controlled by the community and not by us. Right now, we're running it as a DAO, but it's going to be controlled by the community. I probably be speak. I'm speaking a different language to you or something right now, but for people who are online right now and they might know or listening later and they might say, okay, is it a DAO or is it self-governed? We're working on that right now. So everything is going to be self-governed. We're doing the DAO governance right now to where the dApps, all of that is being set up. So very excited about the project. We launched a couple weeks ago, March 1st, not a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So yes, price did drop because there's no volume. We had all the crypto that was dropping, so we expect the price to drop. And going into the bear market, we already know certain things was going to happen, but that was a time for us to build. And we know that this is not something, this is not going to be a meme coin when it comes out and y'all say, oh, it's another meme coin. There's actually project behind this to take it further. And we have plans for it. So I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. I put my face out there. We all put our face out there. We did videos, all this stuff to say, listen, if we ever get in any type of situation, we can get locked up for it. So I love my freedom. Y'all see my wife. I love my wife. I got two boys. I want to be here for them. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna make something like this. Let me go to jail. So we're doing everything by the books. Um, but all right, guys, that is gonna be it for me today. It's what 10:36. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Have a blessed and beautiful day.